Good morning children. Welcome back to Social Studies tutorial. I hope you all are doing well during this COVID-19 pandemic. So students, today we are going to learn the second chapter of geography, latitudes and longitudes, locating places on the globe. So students, just for understanding this chapter, first we have to understand that what is globe. What is globe? So students, let me tell you that a globe is a three-dimensional model. A globe is a three-dimensional model of the earth. Three-dimensional model of the earth, the first. Second is, it is in a miniature form. It is in a miniature form. What the miniature form? That it is in a small size or greatly reduced size. So this is in a miniature form. It is in a miniature form. Then our earth, since you all know that the earth is not in a perfect sphere shape. It is not in a perfect sphere shape. So students, this is the shape of our earth. What exactly that this one is not in a perfect sphere shape? Why we call that it is not in a perfect sphere shape? Because if you see that, you can see that this is flat at the poles. This is flat at the poles. Whereas it is bulge at the middle. This is the middle part. So this is bulge. Bulge in the middle, whereas it is slightly flattened. It is slightly flattened at the poles and bulge in the middle. What the bulge is? Because this is little spreaded. This is spreaded in the middle. So just because of this, what we consider that it is not in a perfect sphere shape. So what we call it? We call this shape as spheroid or geoid. We call this shape spheroid or geoid. So what we learned that the globe is a three-dimensional model of the earth, miniature, in a miniature form. That means in a greatly reduced size. And this is at the poles, this is flattened and bulge at the middle. So we call what we consider, what we understand that this is not in a perfect sphere shape. This shape is called spheroid or geoid. So students, let me show you the actual model of the globe. Though you have seen earlier, but just for understanding this chapter in a better way, let me show you the globe. So now you can see that this is a globe. This is a globe. Now what that already I have discussed that this is flattened. This part is flattened at the poles and this is bulge in the middle, that somehow it is spreaded in the middle. So this shape is called spheroid or geoid. Now students, let me tell you the different points of references on the globe. Different points of references on the globe. So students, this is our globe, and what exactly there is a line, an imaginary line which lies at 0 degree. This is called equator. What it is called? Equator. This is an imaginary line. Second one is at these two end points. There are two end points. This end point is called North Pole and this end point is called South Pole. N stands for North, S stands for South. North Pole and South Pole. So there is a needle which is fixed, So this needle, there is a needle which is fixed to this globe in a tilted manner. Students, what a tilted manner is? See, it is in a tilted manner that it is not straight. This is little slanted. It is not straight. It is in a tilted manner, and this imaginary line which helps the earth to spin around, that is called axis. So what we have come to know, that there is an imaginary line that earth spins around. This imaginary line from west to east. So this is called your axis, and there are two endpoints. The upper end points which lies at 90 degree, that is called your North Pole, and the second one is your South Pole. And there is also an imaginary line at the middle of this globe which divides the earth into two equal halves, that is called equator, and it lies at 0 degree. So these are the points of references of the globe. What exactly it is? Axis, North Pole, South Pole, and equator. So students, now let's understand the next concept, that is relative location and absolute location. The next is relative and absolute location. What a relative location and what an absolute location. So students, let me clear you that relative location refers to the another location in context of the just finding the appropriate place, or you can call it the nearest landmark. What the relative location is? Nearest landmark. For example, whenever someone asks you your address, though you tell him your address. Address, that means your house number, your street, name of the street or the colony, so on. But even after this, the concerned person or the person who is asking for your address asks you for a nearest landmark. Landmark, that is a place which is very renowned one. So what exactly? This is called the relative location. Whereas the absolute location of a place is location using a recognized coordinate systems formed by latitudes and longitudes. So this is actually the concept of relative and absolute locations. So friends, now understand the concept what we have studied today, that is of globe. That I taught you that our earth is not a perfect sphere, it is slightly flattened at the poles and bulbs in the middle. This shape is called spheroid or geoid. Globe is a miniature form of the earth. It may be of various sizes and types, and these are also very helpful for us just to locate the countries, continents and oceans in their correct sizes in the globe. Then a needle is fixed. That I told you that a needle is fixed to the globe in a tilted manner, which is called its axis. What this needle is called? Its axis. Though it is not there in the real earth, but it acts as an imaginary line. So that imaginary line helps the earth just to move around this needle from west to east, and this axis connects the two poles. Then we have done absolute and relative location. That what exactly the absolute or a relative location is. So the relative location is using another place to describe that location, for which I told you that this is a kind of a landmark. That suppose if you are visiting a place, then just for finding that particular place you require the nearest landmark. That landmark is called your relative location. Whereas the absolute location, this is the exact location, and this can include an address or GPS coordinates, longitude or latitude. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this session. We'll start the next content, that is your lines of latitudes, in our next session. Till the time, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.